network problem is also there. That's the reason why I switch off my camera. And I wish to talk in detail, but due to this situation, I'm not in a position to talk in detail. And I want to mention only one thing. 2 years back, I got an opportunity to be one of the important guests of a most important medical college in Kerala. And Dr. Velliyathan was the last word in medical science, and also the cardiovascular surgery was the chief guest of the meeting. And there was the August assembly. There's a great meeting was there in the auditorium. It is a graduation ceremony of the medical graduates. And around 700 and 800 people were there. The students were there of the different years of students were there. The graduates are there, their parents, doctors, other faculty members, the students of this medical college, all were present there. At the inaugurating the session, Dr. Velliyathan mentioned one thing. He mentioned, as of now, this country is not in need of any more doctors. Dear friends, there is a very slim silence in the auditorium. There is a wave of current that was passing through the minds and aspirations of the participants. As of now, there is no need of any more doctors in this country. This is uttered by not by a layman, not a person who doesn't know the peculiar situation in this Kerala, but a man who knows the anatomy of medical science in this state, the last word of medical science. And then, after a moment of silence, he repeated, this country is not in need of any more doctors, but this country is in need of great doctors. There is a total absence of great doctors in this country. That's an important problem that is faced by this nation right the moment. And while addressing the teachers in this webinar, I want to repeat the same way. This country is not in need of any more teachers, because in order to solve the problems, the acute issues that is faced by this country, the issues faced by the students community, the issues faced by the economic situations of the poor people, how to uplift, how to raise, how to elevate the condition of the people. All these things depends upon teachers. But we are fully aware of the fact that this country is not in need of any more teachers, but this country is dire need of great teachers. And so we have to put our heads together, how to evolve, how to develop, how to mold, how to carve out great teachers for this country. This webinar, I think, will be a stepping stone, will be a tool, will be an instrument in the course of molding great teachers for this country. I'm sure Martha Training College is one of the leading colleges in this country, and it is ranking among the first among the training colleges in this state. It is playing a vital role in molding and creating great teachers for this country. If there is collaboration, the great collaboration between this Training College and the Education Commission of the Balangari Syrian Catholic Church, I am sure it will bring out some good results. I hope that this webinar will be a great success because of the dynamic leadership of Thomas Pidao, the education visionary that this country is witnessing right now, and also the dynamic leadership of Joju and a host of faculty members in Tefris Training College and all the sister institutions of the Balangari Syrian Catholic Church. And certainly, I wish all success to the program, and I hope that something good will come out of this program. And this will be the first stepping stone. That it be the first stepping stone in molding great teachers for this country. And with this words, I conclude. And with the permission of Thomas Pidao, Joju John, and also all the faculty members and all the participants of this webinar, I announce the formally inaugurate this webinar, and I wish you all success to the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your precious time. All of you, please give some emojis and thank our dearest Thomas Uti, sir. Over to you, Nini Rajarishmi.
Thank you, sir. Dear participants, a great teacher does not merely transfer knowledge but inspires minds and transforms lives. It is now my privilege to introduce today's esteemed resource person, Professor Dr. Joju Johnson, Principal of MTTC and an eminent life skill trainer. Sir is widely admired for his dynamic presentation, practical insights, and inspiring approach towards education and personal development. His contribution in the field of teacher empowerment and life skill education have influenced many educators and learners. Today, he will engage us in an enlightening session on the topic 7 Secrets of Teacher Excellence. With immense respect and admiration, I invite Professor Dr. Joju Johnson to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Dear friends, let me present. Before that, I would like to beg your pardon for the technical glitch. Answer teacher, you can add 12 more people now. A YouTube link is available and it will be provided in the online refresher group and the other groups also, in the Theophilus College groups also. The students of Theophilus Training College and others can use that link to join. And in a few minutes, I think 250 people will be able to join here. And the teacher is working on it. Now, let me present. Respected participants, I would like to share some secrets of teacher excellence today. Actually, who is a teacher? A teacher is a mind manager. A teacher is a mind power manager. And how are the great educational institutions made? Great educational institutions are not built by money, but by talented and dedicated teachers. That's a quote from IIT Professor P.V. Inauguration. And Donald Kennedy, one of the great educational thinkers of USA, also tells the same. Now he tells, surely the composition and quality of the faculty is the single most important determinant of the character and prestige of the university. And he was the director of Stanford University, one of the best universities in USA. Now, dear friends, what is after all teaching? Teaching is mind power management. And how can we do that? Mahatma Gandhi said, teaching is the art of bringing out the hero who is inside, outside. The art of bringing out the hero inside, that is teaching. And he said, we need to bring out the best of the body, best of the mind, and best of the spirit. How can a teacher do this? A teacher can do this by igniting the minds of young children. As Plutarch rightly says, mind is not a vessel to be filled. It is fire to be kindled. That's a quote from Plutarch. So a teacher needs personal excellence. The value of a person is, after all, in his or her values. Now, we may fail sometimes, we may lose sometimes, but we have to get back and start work afresh. And there shouldn't be any anger and enmity to anyone. We should be magnanimous enough and humble enough to mend our relationships. We should be ready to say sorry first. That makes a teacher great. And after all, the secret of teacher excellence is personal excellence. First of all, the teacher needs an inner drive. Confucius says, the will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential, that makes a great teacher. That's a quote from Confucius. And he is sharing the secret of excellence, the will to win, the desire to succeed, and the urge to reach your full potential. That's a key to excellence. That's a key to excellence in teaching also, in personal life also. And Aristotle is the guru of Alexander the Great. And Aristotle's guru was Plato. And Plato's guru was Socrates. Socrates said, life untaught is not worth it. Now, Socrates was considered the wisest man. Do you know why? Because he knew that he didn't know many things. He said, I am ignorant of many things. I know that I don't know many things. That's why Aristotle became the wisest man. And his disciple was Plato. And he said, idea is the most important thing. You need ideas. You need values. Ideas and values are the pillars of building civilizations. That was the idea of Plato. And Plato's disciple was Aristotle, a great scientist and a great philosopher. A great scientist and a great philosopher. Aristotle said, high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. These are the three keys that will help us to excel in our lives. Okay, that is the secret of excellence. So there are 6 secrets now: the will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential. That can be concluded as one thing: a real passion, a burning desire. That is the first thing. What is the second thing? High intention. High intention. So when you become a professor, what would be your intention? To get UGC salary or to mold the future generations? What is your intention? That matters. Now, sincere effort. Okay, in the world of ChatGPT, it is very easy to teach. We can just copy from ChatGPT and send the students and ask them to read the material, and we can cover the syllabus like that. That is one possibility. So, yeah, sincere effort, deep research, working on new technologies and developing new ideas and developing inspiring anecdotes. So sincere effort is a must. And after all, intelligent execution is very important. Now, dear friends, I am presenting this PPT using Notebook LM. So Notebook LM helps a better execution. That's very important. A very simple AI tool. A very simple AI tool that would help you to prepare, to modify your PowerPoint into outstanding PowerPoints, and it will enable you to present well. Intelligent execution. These are the 3 more keys provided by Aristotle. So we have passion, high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. These are the 4 important keys of excellence. Now, anyway, Aristotle would highlight one more point. 5th one, your choices. Your choices are important. Okay. Now, I'm really delighted that many people have joined this talk, and many are joining YouTube through YouTube. And I'm really delighted about it. It's our choice after all. It's our choice. We can spend hours watching YouTube, or we can participate in a webinar like this, in this 4-day teacher online refresher program. You can join, and you can get certificates, and you can upgrade your knowledge, and you can get inspired. That's our choice. That's our choice. The wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Your destiny is determined not by choice, not by chance. It's by your choice, dear friends. By choice, we became teachers, and by choice, we excel in teaching. There are 2 ways of doing it. One way is to tell everyone that this is my way. Everyone has to fall in line. That is one way of doing it. The other way is to ask, what can I do? What can I do about it? How can I contribute for the betterment of the system? How can I inspire my students? A perennial search for inspiring ideas and inspiring experiences to translate the lives of our students. That is the most important track that we need. That is the fifth one, better choices. Dear friends, and we need a smart eye as well. We need a smart eye. After all, what's a teacher doing? What's a teacher doing? So we need to see what others don't see. A teacher need to see what others don't see. And a teacher need to feel the heartbeats of the students. The teacher needs to hear the unspoken words of the children. That is the great mission of a teacher. We need smart eye to see what others don't see. We need to hear even the unspoken words of our students. Now, when we encounter a student, we may feel that, oh, this child is not up to the mark. There's a possibility like that. We can look in different perspectives. It can be 6 or it can be 9. But if we carefully observe that student, we can find the genius inside that child, and we can help that child to bring out that genius outside. When there is a half a glass of water, we can say either half full or half empty. It's our choice. We can be delighted that half full, or alas, half empty. This is our attitudinal direction. Okay, so we can think either way. Change your perception to see the bright side. A teacher need to change the perception to see the bright side, and we need to push ourselves in order to excel in teaching. It's not enough that we refer the textbook and transfer the information from the textbook to the notebooks of the students. That is no more teaching. In this digital era, we are teaching Gen Z students, and they are smarter than us to gather information. With just a click, they would be gathering 1,000 pages of information. But we need to push ourselves forward, and we need to dream the unbelievable. Let me tell some of the stories that of great men who had great passion like that. One is Devi Shetty. He's a heart cardiac surgeon of India, and in the last 16 years, he has conducted 13,000 cardiac surgeries, dear friends. And out of those 13,000, 5,000 were cardiac surgery of pediatric cardiac surgery, using lenses and special apparatus for doing operations. And he said, if it is not affordable, if the solution is not affordable, it is not a solution at all. That's a quote from Dr. Devi Shetty, one of the inspiring doctors of India. Tenzing Norgay, now he failed to reach the top of Mount Everest, only 300 feet to go. He had to retreat. He had to retreat because of the snowfall. But the next year, 1953, May 29, he conquered Mount Everest. As he was leaving in 1952, he said, okay, Mount Everest, you are not growing, but I am growing, so I would like to come back to touch the top of you. That was what Tenzing Norgay chatted to Mount Everest. No, Albert Einstein said, it's not that I am so smart. It's just that I stay with problems longer. When there are serious problems, Albert Einstein says, I am not smarter, but I cling to problems. I cling to problems. I stay with problems for longer duration of time, and naturally solutions evolve. That's what Albert Einstein said. And dear friends, we need to train the mind of the child. We need to train the brain of the child. It's our mission. Albert Einstein says, Brain works like a muscle and therefore can be trained like muscle. If you train your muscle, you can build your muscle and you can fight aging. You can fight aging. If you use your mind, if you train your mind, you can be mentally very smart and agile, and you can do 48 hours of work in 24 hours. Okay. Now, if you are spiritually smart, now even the smallest prayer can be the best prayer. Mother Teresa said, say a prayer. Just imagine that you are saying that prayer for the first time. So do it with 100% perfection. Now, when you say a prayer, try to say that prayer, recite that prayer, feeling that that is your last prayer before breathing your last. That is what Mother Teresa instructed. Even in spiritual realm also, we can try to excel and we can work hard and improve our spiritual quotients as well. Okay, dear friends, there is another remarkable aspect that I would like to point out to you. A teacher needs to train the hand side of the right side of human brain. Usually, teachers train left hemisphere of the brain: logic, language, analysis, maths, facts, etc. But the right side of the brain, creativity, imagination, holistic thinking, intuition, rhythm, visualization, these are the realms that a teacher has to aim, not the left domain. Every average teacher focuses on the left brain and passing the exam. When a literature student reads a poem, writes an essay, the left brain teacher would help him to get very good marks for the essay. But the right brain teacher, when she or he teaches a poem, that the purpose of the teacher would be to empower the child to write poems like that. So that would be the thinking of the right brain teacher. We need to train the right brain of the child: creativity, imagination, holistic thinking, intuition, rhythm, visualization, whatnot. That's the mission, dear friends. So there is a cognitive conflict. Many people would use their left brain only. Now, dear friends, let's go through an activity. It's very easy to read yellow, blue, orange, black, red, green. But can you read the colors? Green, red, blue, yellow, blue, black. Can you read the colors? If you are reading the colors, you are using your right brain. If you are reading the alphabet, you are using your left brain. We need left brain and right brain. At the present approach is to use the whole brain. That is the mission today. Use your whole brain, left brain and right brain. Use the whole brain, but focus on the right brain. Many a time teachers focus on left brain only. That's why the classes become very boring. Students yawn when teachers talk because they are simply using their left brain. If you are using the right brain, if your strategy is creative, if you are delivering the content in a creative fashion, they are sure to benefit. Look at the chart and say the color, not the word. That's a challenge. When you are reading, you are using left brain. When you are reading the color, you are using the right brain. And we need to develop the brain power of the child, and we need to resort to brain compatible learning. How can we do that? Use colors in the class. Dates, colors, use music as a teaching tool. Now incorporate physical movement, dance, drama, movement like that in your class. Think and memorize with pictures and puzzles. Help the children to memorize and register by using pictures, not letters. Because it's very easy to memorize in images. It's very difficult to memorize in words. It's very easy to memorize with images. Be an actor when you are learning. Okay, so be an actor in the class. One teacher was teaching Shakespeare's plays in an outstanding fashion. As a result, the teacher was nicknamed Shakespeare. Students used to call him, "Where is Shakespeare, sir? Let Shakespeare, sir, come and teach us." They were big fans of Shakespeare, sir. It's not a story, it's a true incident. And have fun in the class, smile a lot. Okay, encourage your students, boost them maximum when they do something wrong. Forgive fast and never ever be reluctant to apologize when you make a mistake. When you get angry, apologize fast, calm down, cool down fast, and be a friend, philosopher, and guide. Okay, now shall I give you one puzzle? I am greater than God. That man eats me. If a man alive eats me only, he will die. Who am I? Or what am I? Can you guess the answer? Okay, I am greater than God. What is greater than God? Nothing. That man eats what? That man eats nothing. If a man who is alive eats nothing, he would die. Who am I? I am nothing. And that's a 7-letter English word. That was the last clue. That was the last clue. 7-letter English word, nothing. Okay, now, dear friends, now we need to develop the intelligences of the students. That is the theoretical support of multiple intelligence theory. Then this is proposed by Howard Gardner. Let the children see things, analyze space, develop their visual and spatial intelligence. Let the children think logically and mathematically, develop their logical and mathematical intelligence. What is 4 plus 3? I don't need 7 and answer. Let them think. Let them think. They will find out 4 plus 3 is 10 minus 3, okay, or 5 plus 2. Alternative answers. They will find out, provided we give them opportunity, and we need to develop logical and mathematical thinking. And it's really very important that we need to develop their verbal and linguistic abilities. That's very important here. So let them develop their writing skills, verbal speaking skills, writing skills, not listening skills and reading skills. Let develop their speaking skills and writing skills, active skills. We need to develop the active skills, and we need to help them learn music. That's really important. We need to help them develop musical intelligence, and we need to help them develop bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Take them for NSS work. After all, after 20 years or 25 years in their get-together, they wouldn't be talking about your own classes, but they would be talking about your NSS activities, the NSS camp. Okay, so that's really important. So we need to develop activities. Now, if you are teaching a poem, if you are teaching a drama, you enact it. Okay, I was a student of Mar Ibanez College from the literature department. Okay, all my teachers were really great, outstanding teachers. But dear friends, during my 2 years of stay at Mar Ibanez College, doing my masters in English language and literature, we enacted 2 things. One is a poem by Robert Frost, Death of the Hired Man. Death of the Hired Man. That was one thing. Then we enacted one scene from Henry IV drama. So, dear friends, I enacted in both of them. But as I recall my Mar Ivanio's days, those 2 memories are fresh, very lively, like green image, like a photograph. I can recollect what all things happened. I was also active in enacting both the plays, even though my role was very simple and very little did I do. But still I remember, we need to develop interpersonal relationship. We need to encourage our students to share their food, share their pen, share their happy moments. Interpersonal intelligence, social intelligence, we need to develop that. And we need to develop intrapersonal intelligence, the inner intelligence of our students, the ability to accept themselves, their strengths, their limitations, their physique. Let them accept that. Let them accept that. Intrapersonal intelligence. And we need to develop in them a passion for nature. We need to make them children of Mother Nature. These are some of the contributions of Howard Gardner. We need to develop, help our children to develop their multiple intelligences. So, dear friends, a teacher should be like a catalyst. We need to help them draw the larger line. Vikasanam adu martya manasin adiril ninnu tudanganam. Vikasanam adu martya manasin adiril ninnu tudanganam. So, നമ്മുടെ ഹൃദയങ്ങൾ വിശാലമാകണം. We need to expand our horizons, including all people. Let the classes be inclusive. No caste, no creed, no religion, no political alliance. So, with the spirit of goodness, all the students be together and united. So, that is the role of a teacher, and we need an expansion domain. Let them expand from their inner selves to the others, to other human beings. The other is, after all, not my hell. The other is my heaven. Okay. Now we need to eliminate mind power killers as well. There are mind power killers. So some people think that they cannot do anything. They are conditioned by the past. The child elephant was chained, but it tried a lot to get liberated. It couldn't. But after some years, okay, even a tiny rope tied it to the leg, it wouldn't move. It is conditioned. So that's a learned helplessness. So our students have that. Teachers have that. Okay, some teachers do lecturing only, nothing other than that. We have a learned helplessness. We need to break that. Can you change 9 into 6 by adding one letter? Can you change 9 into 6 by adding one letter? Just add yes. So divergent thinking need to be incorporated in the classroom. And we need to go beyond the limited perspective. So a frog was put in a bucket of water and it was burned. The frog adjusted with the heat. Every moment it was adjusting. So if it was lit up and if it started to get heated, it would have jumped out, but it adjusted. Don't adjust with mediocrity. Don't adjust with mediocrity. Let us aspire for excellence. The excellence. We need to aspire for excellence. Never be compromised with ordinary things. Okay, now we need to motivate our students. So some students may be able, some students may not be able, some students may be willing, but some students may not be willing. Now, quadrant 1, the child knows and knows that he knows. So what can we do? Give him a chance. Give him a chance. Try to follow him. Quadrant 2, the child knows not and knows not that he knows not. Poor child had no opportunity to bring out the best in him. Help him, inspire him, teach him to come out. Third quadrant, knows. The child knows that he knows and he knows not that he knows. The child knows, the child has the ability, but the child knows not that he can do that. Then awaken him, inspire him, awaken him. That is the mission of a teacher. And the fourth quadrant, knows not and knows not that he knows not. Okay, a child is very poor in learning and he does not know that he doesn't know anything. So it's a tragedy. Okay, it's a tragedy. Usually people say shun him, brush him out of the system. No. A teacher has to give him more time, invest more time on him. Dear friends, ability and willingness, both are important. If a person has ability and willingness, give him chance. If a person has willingness but no ability, help him to improve. Another person has no willingness, no ability, give him time. Pray for him, let him make a U-turn. And the fourth quatrain is that some have no willingness, but they have ability. No willingness, motivate them to come out. So Horace Mann, a teacher who attempts to teach without inspiring the pupil to learn, is actually hammering on cold iron. A teacher who is teaching without inspiring the pupils to learn is actually hammering on cold iron. That's a quote from Horace Mann. We need great dreams. We need to ignite. We need to inspire. We need great dreams. A dream is not what you see in sleep. Dream is something that would not let you sleep. Dream is not what you see in sleep. Dream is something that would not let you sleep. Dear friends, we need such great dreams. That's a quote from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So Tiruvalluvar says, okay, the secret of communication, Anveshvam, God is love. Inmeyaga pesu, speak sweetly. Unmeye pesu, speak truth. Nanmeye pesu, speak good. Anpaga pesu, speak with love. Chindittu pesu, think and speak. Unmeye pesu, nanmeye pesu, anpaga pesu, chindittu pesu, pesadirundum padagu. Even when you are not speaking, mingle with your students. That is the mission of a great teacher. A teacher affects eternity. We can never tell where his influence stops. From Dameshwaram Kadal Teeram, there was a teacher who inspired Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, that teacher inspired him to become the President of India. Okay, a great teacher, an ordinary teacher from Rameshwaram school inspired Kalam to become a great leader. That is the great mission of a teacher. When we are teaching, we can do it in different ways. So a brick maker was asked, what are you doing? He said, so I am trying to get 700 rupees. That's why I'm working. The second person said, I am making a brick because in the evening I have to buy rice and fish. The third person said, I am making a school. I am making a school. Okay. Dear friends, that third perspective is inspiring. So for the third person, his work would not tire him. He wouldn't be tired because he has a noble cause, a great vision. That vision will empower him. He wouldn't be having boredom. So we need hard work and a vision. And hard work plus vision will make you a great person. Dear friends, now, so after all, in our lives, there is a 90-10 principle. Now, 10% of your life is dependent on what happens to you, but 90% of your life depends on how you respond to that. Now, let me narrate a story. A professional was having breakfast with his baby girl, and the coffee was spilled over on his cot, and it was wet. He couldn't use that cot anymore. He got angry. The girl started to cry, and after some time, he scolded his wife as well. These things happen in our lives. There are situations when we get angry, when we become irritated, we get angry. It happens. But remember that when you react badly, so it would destroy the relationship, and it's very difficult to get back that relationship again. It happened many times in my life. There in disturbing situations, because of the other situations, we get angry, we become irritated. It happens, but control your anger, because our response is really important. Our response would contribute to 90%. Okay, now so he got angry. Do you know what happened as a result? Now the child was late to dress up, so he had to take the child to school. He was driving fast, and the police officer stopped him and scolded him traffic rules, and he was fined. And he dropped the girl in the school, but the girl did not smile back. He drove the car to his office, but when he opened the back door, the laptop was not there. He missed the laptop, so he had to give the presentation, okay, without laptop, offhand, and 20 crore project was lost for the company, and the person was depromoted. Dear friends, what was the cause of all this trouble? The girl should not have spilled over the coffee. Am I right? The girl who did the crime, she should not have spilled over the coffee. Is that true? No, not at all. The matured father should not have got angry when that happened. Okay, he should have behaved as a father, as a leader. Okay, teacher should take care of these things. These things we should take care of. We should never get angry in the class. Okay, we should never scold our students. They are the patrons. We should not belittle them. If some unfriendly things happen, be the first to apologize. Go after them and mend the relationship. It takes time, effort, but we need to mend the relationship, because after all, a teacher's blessing is the student's love and that relationship. Okay, so the reaction. What are the reactions? He gets angry, then the girl is silent when they were going to the school, and he forgot to take the laptop and the file, and he was fired by the boss. In the evening, his wife did not smile back. His wife did not smile at him. Okay, that evening was lost, the day was lost, that project was lost, everything was lost. So you have two alternatives. Either you can get angry and destroy 90% of it. After all, 10% happened, coffee was spilled over, but the remaining 90%, you can look at the child and tell that child, "Ende vella uduppa mole midiki color udupaki tannallo. My white shirt, you have made it into a design shirt." Ha ha ha. Father smiles. The little girl would smile, more to father, and hug him and tells, "Papa, I am sorry." Then the wife beside looks at this husband, surprised, and she would think, one among 1,000, Ayirathil Oruvan, such a nice guy. That was the possibility, but everything was lost because of your reaction. Don't react, but respond. So even each response should be carefully, casually picked, and there should not be error in our lives. After all, we are teachers. If something happens, we need to go after it, mend it, pacify the other party, give more love and care, and we need to cure them of their hurt feeling. That is our mission. So the formula is this: 10% of things would happen, but 90% is your response. After all, your response. Okay. And dear friends, so when we build an educational institution, the topmost circle is responsibility, commitment, and adjusting with people. But do you know the deepest foundation is your value system? What matters is your value system. We need to be sincere, we need to be punctual, and we need to communicate well. Then we will become a perfect, credible teacher. A perfect, credible teacher. So we need to follow the rules of the school, college, and we need to behave according to the style of the school and the college. We need to be part of it. Gradually, we can change our system into a better one. First, be part of it, and we should take up each responsibility and fulfill with 100% sincerity, because every responsibility is God-given, and every responsibility shouldered has an unique opportunity inside it. That is an opportunity for further growth and promotion. And we need to interact with everyone with calm posture, smiling face, without causing any confusion and misunderstanding. And we need to respect others, and we need to be positive to everyone, and we need to develop a fellowship and fraternity in our educational institutions. We should be flexible, dear friends. Okay, we should not be stubborn. We should be flexible according to the requirement. Okay, this responsibility or that responsibility, I am ready to take up any. Usually when responsibilities are given, people would look for the smallest one. But some people would look for whatever the toughest one. You just analyze people. Those who are taking the toughest responsibility would be elevated to next levels, greater responsibilities and greater heights, and they would be noted by people, and they would be appreciated by people. After all, our life is 50-50, 50% hard work and 50% positive behavior and attitude. So we need to conform to the goals of the institution, and we need to develop our personal growth also. We help the institution get very good crediting curve, but now do your promotion also in time. In time, we need to balance this. That's really important. Now, don't be a person looking by the side, but be a participant in everything. Don't be a person looking from the side screen, but go and involve. Be an active participant. Be very constructive. Construct good relationships and build our education institution to the next level. After all, you are not a person giving, you are not a servant doing service, but you are the builder of the institution. You are the builder of personality of children, and you are the builder of future. And as we mingle with our students, we should be very vigilant about POCSO Act, and we should have a sincere, pure relationship with our students. Okay, don't enter into their intimate space, because even if you are alleged, you can be arrested. That's a situation. You especially children below 80 years, that's a great crime. You should not use abusive words, abusive gestures. Never show anything bad to the students. That is really important, and we need to be very careful to protect them. And finally, I would like to tell something about helping others. So other teachers, you need help. So there was a rat in a house, and the farmer bought a machine to kill the rat. That apparatus was bought. Rat trap was bought. Okay, so the rat rushed up to the hen and said, "Oh, the farmer bought a mouse trap. What to do?" The mouse laughed. "It's your business, not mine." Then it rushed to the goat and said, "The farmer bought a mouse trap. What to do? It's none of my business. Take care of yourself." Then it ran to the buffalo, and the buffalo laughed aloud and said, "None of my business, take care." That's what the buffalo did. Dear friends, next day, do you know what happened? A snake was trapped in the mouse trap, and in the darkness, the farmer's wife was moving by, and the snake bit farmer's wife. and she was ill, and many people came. The hen was killed to feed the people. After a few days, she was seriously ill. All the relatives came, and the goat was killed to feed the people who assembled. Next day, she died, and all the villagers came. The buffalo was killed to feed the crowd. Okay, so dear friends, help everyone, help all the staff members. Okay, so all these things, the mouse was looking through the rack. Okay, through the small space, the mouse was seeing all these things. So help all the faculty members, help everyone. That is the secret of making our institution great. Even somebody is doing a risky work, difficult task, go and help, offer help. Never say that it is none of my business. Now we need to go help them. That is a constructive way of doing it, because after all, we need ripples of greatness and goodness in our educational institutions, and God must prevail, values must prevail, and we need to be very empathetic, and all of us are connected. And when a student enters, when somebody enters the institution, he is coming as a stranger, but as he goes back, he should be a friend. Receive a stranger and send back a friend. That is our greatest mission. With these words, dear friends, I would like to wish all the people who have joined in this satsang everything best to excel as great mind power managers, great social engineers, and great teachers. Thank you from my side. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an enlightening and motivating session. Your valuable insights and practical perspectives truly inspired all the participants and reminded us of the noble mission and responsibility of a teacher. As we come to the conclusion of today's inaugural session, it is time to express our sincere gratitude to everyone who contributed to the success of this program. I now invite Ms. Smriti, research scholar of Theophilus Training College, Nalanchira, to propose the vote of thanks.
Nimi, before that, let me give some instructions, okay? Now, answer teacher, now I would like you to give me a feedback link, please. Now, so this video will be edited and provided in all our groups. We had a technical problem, but for tomorrow's session, an outstanding session, a brilliant one tomorrow, 250 would be able to attend. Okay, and the remaining people will be able to attend using the YouTube link tomorrow. 250 people will be able to attend. Now, today's session, I am going to give the feedback here and in all our groups. All those who have attended can fill in, and you will be getting your certificate, and it will be provided in all groups. And dear friends, we'll make sure that the video is present to all of you. That today's talk will be given to all of you. You can through our YouTube channel, in my YouTube channel also.